Oh. Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Brian, for Brian's World. Welcome again to the world of the finer things. Thanks again for stopping by. Before we get started, if you want to go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and then we'll keep on rolling. And I don't really got anything else to say, so let's just get right into it. So, like I've said many times in the past, I love shoes.
Oh yes, these kicks be my baby.
Not weird. I'm not weird, I promise. Okay, yeah. They're just kicks. There's kicks. They're just shoes. But at the end of the day, that really does beg the question, why? So that's gonna be the topic of today's discussion. Why do I like shoes so much? How did I get into shoes? How has my style changed? And what's my opinion on shoes now? Let's just get right into it, guys. Alright, so part one. How do I even get into shoes? Honestly, I was born with a pair of red ones right when I came out my mama. But on a real note, it really started with why I got into fashion in the first place. The reason was, for me growing up, I didn't have a lot of control over what I could wear, or I didn't have the best closet in my personal opinion. My sister and mama would always just buy my clothes for me, just like any other parent or relative would. But even though I'm super grateful for them getting stuff for me in the first place, it wasn't stuff that I truly loved or enjoyed, just because at that time, and still to this day, I was super heavily influenced by things like hip-hop culture and popular culture in general, and so I wanted to wear what rappers and celebrities were wearing, and so what they were getting me wasn't exactly that, and even though I was super thankful and grateful, I wasn't super loving it. But bro, I'm telling you, they were trying to dress me all proper and prep, and they were just always like,
"Son, no sagging the pant or oversized clothes, okay? Only turtleneck, button up, dress up, shirt and slack, okay?"
On a real note, my mom really don't sound like that, but I'm sure those white folks think she does. Keeping everything short, my senior year in high school is when I got a job, and that's when I started taking more control over my closet and clothes, which in turn gave me control over my shoes as well. My pastor at the church that I was attending at the time was a straight Nike head, and so he'd always come in every week flexing hard with all these retro shoes, things like that. Like every week he'd always be breaking my neck because he had something new to wear. Shout out to you, Pastor John. You gonna give me those Air Fear of Gods or what? So I give a lot of credit to him for how I got started on my senior journey. But now I want to talk about how it changed over the past 5 to 6 years. Originally, because my pastor was a straight Nike head, that's really where I stuck as well, just wearing Nikes and things like that. I eventually saved up enough money to buy my first pair of Jordans, the Jordan 11 Concord. I don't have them anymore. Do I regret selling those? No. After that, I kept building my sneaker cred up and everything, and I got some pretty obscure shoes too. My pastor gave me an old pair of Air Tech Challenges that Andre Agassi wore when he was playing tennis and everything. And I got on the huge Roshe hype train because that was the craze from like 2013 to 2015. So I had like 4 pairs of Roshes. I had a couple pairs of 6s, Spider Foam Posits, which you don't see those around a lot. A couple pairs of Space Jams, and a pair of Maroon 5s, which only released once in 06, but I had an OG pair. And those I really still like because I have them still to this day. Although they are kind of beat up. A lot. But I still like them. But then, funny enough, obviously following Kanye in 2015, that's when he switched from Nike to Adidas, and I really wanted to see what he was going to do. That was when everything Boost came out, Ultra Boost, Pure Boost, and then obviously Yeezy Boost and everything. And from then on, I was on the hunt for Boost for like 2-3 years straight. And that kind of leads to now where the question begs itself, what type of shoes do I like now? I guess the biggest thing that changed personally for me was at that time when I was just getting into sneakers and everything, I was just buying shoes for shoes' sake, and if I thought it was a super hype shoe or not, and it didn't really matter if I genuinely loved the silhouette or the shoe itself. So fast forward to now, if I get like a hype shoe and it falls under like a hype lane or something like that, I don't really care. As long as I like the shoe, then I'm gonna wear it, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna rock it. So nowadays that consists of things like Jordan 1s, this one particularly my favorite shoe, Yeezy Boost 350s, this is the most recent pair that I got, and I don't really care what anyone else says. The Yeezy hype has kind of died out over the past 1.5 years or so, but I still really like the silhouette, and so I'm going to keep buying them whenever they do release, and if I really like the colorway. Like I said in the past, I really like Vans, so old school, slip-ons, authentics, skate highs, things like that. I'll buy all of those too if I really like the shoe and the color. And here and there, I'll still branch out from what I usually like and stuff like that. The most daring purchase that I had recently was actually these Vapor Maxes, which I would say is something more of a shoe that I usually wouldn't wear. But I just had to get one and see if I liked it or not. And surprisingly enough, even though for me they're not the most comfortable shoe, the silhouette did grow on me, and so I still rock these. Actually, I had to wash these actually recently because I wore them so much. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, nothing stays fixed forever. So I would really encourage you all to go out there and see what you like, because you might find something new that you may not have liked 3-4 years ago, but you like it now. Or even the opposite, where you're looking at something that you used to like for the longest time, but then you gotta toss it because it's just not your style anymore. Things happen, that happens. It's not a bad thing if that does come up. But at the end of the day, the question still remains, why do I like shoes so much? I guess for me, I'm like a lot of other guys that are into men's fashion and sneakers and things like that. For me personally, the shoes make up at least 80% of your entire outfit. The first place that I look, no matter where I'm at, whether it's at the mall, the movie theaters, school, campus, things like that, is the feet. I gotta see what other brothers got on. And so for me personally, even if I feel like my outfit's on point, if my shoes don't feel right, then I don't feel right overall. The other great thing about shoes for me too is, especially when it comes to brand new shoes, there's nothing like getting a brand new box, opening up a brand new pair of shoes and just looking at it and being like, I worked hard for this, man. Like, I remember when I got my pair of Bred Ones straight out the box, I was so excited to open them and everything because I knew that this was a pair of shoes that I was waiting to release, couldn't get on release day, waited months for the right price for a good reseller to sell to me at a good price and things like that. And when I got those shoes in hand and I opened that box, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I almost passed out. Honestly, I may not be answering the question the way that other people may be answering them, but for me, I don't know, there's just something about sneakers that always has me gravitated towards them. And at the end of the day, you just gotta do what you love, right? And so for me, I love sneakers. I feel like they're gonna be part of my life forever at this point, things like that. I don't ever see myself escaping the game unless something super tragic happens. But yeah, that's it for me today. If you like this video, if you want more content like this, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Yeah, that's all I got for today. So this is Brian from